here we are, the future.
Wait, I thought we were going to the beach.
I lied. Also, why would I take you to the beach? It's not even summer.
It doesn't matter anymore.
We came here for something. Something that can only be done by you.
Whoa, wait. Am I some kind of chosen one?
The fuck are you talking about, you dipshit? I don't have fingers. You're the only person I know that has fingers.
And you want me to use my fingers to...
Play a game?
That's a piece of cake. Why didn't you say so?
Because, well, the life of millions of people in the universe is depending on the success of this very specific task. And if you fail, you will get us all killed.
Wow. Really?
Nah, I'm just messing with you. But seriously, Cthulhu will rip you apart if you're against it.
That's understandable. And why are we in the future? I have to finish a video I'm working with, right?
Shut up! We don't care about plot holes, you dickhole.
Whatever you say, buddy.
Here's the console you'll be using the rest of the afternoon.
Wait, that's the console? I thought there was going to be a futuristic console since we are in the future, you know?
We're like 2 months into the future, you twat. The game is installed in the hard drive, ready to be played.
Oh, you bought a game for me? That's really nice of you, besides the fact that you sold my soul to Cthulhu, but still. Wait, you can't be serious.
It has to be done. You cunt!
Apaga la cámara, concha. Madre, que me llama.
Good morning, afternoon, or evening to all of you people from the internet, and welcome to a new episode of Regular Reviews. Gosh, it feels so good to be back. Today, I'm totally willing to play a game from my favorite franchise.
And because I God will kill you if you don't.
Will you stop reminding me of my inevitable demise?
I bet you're fun at parties.
Anyway, let's talk about Crash Bandicoot.
Why don't you want me to be happy?
Crash freaking Bandicoot, the unofficial mascot of the original PlayStation. It all started with two young fellows named Jason Rubin and Andy Gavin who showed interest in developing video games, so they created their own independent video game company under the name of Jam. It stands for Jason and Andy's Magic, which would later become the better known Naughty Dog. They created a couple of games, one of them being Rings of Powers for the Sega Genesis, but it was one game that caught the attention of everyone. Way of the Warrior, a fighting game that was shown to Universal Interactive Studios. There, Mark Cerny, the vice president, took a deep look into the game and said, "Hey kids, you got talent, we need talent. Here's a 3-year contract, so go make a 3D platformer. Make Universal proud!" I'm so sorry, Mark. Then Jason and Andy needed to decide the console they wanted to develop their new game. The Sega Saturn was a disaster, and the Nintendo 64 already had a platforming mascot. So they decided to create a mascot for the PlayStation, the console that would destroy Nintendo after they cheated on Sony with Philips. The only big challenge was creating their first 3D project. Mr. Charles Sembillas was hired to help with the main character's design. And after some coding and other video game things, Naughty Dog gave birth to Willy the Wombat. But to prevent getting sued by Warner Brothers for coincidentally naming a character after Tasmania's Willy the Wombat, the team decided to choose a different species for the main character. They tried to use mainly unknown animals, and the main options were a wombat, a potteroo, and finally a bandicoot, which was the one they decided to use and was named after what he's known best, Crash into Flames. Crash Bandicoot made its debut on September 13, 1996, just received critical acclaim from critics and gamers alike. Since then, Crash has become a video game icon that actually rivaled Mario and Sonic the Hedgehog. Unlike Vwovz a few months after on his first 3D game adventure.
Crash became one of my favorite franchises while I was growing up. In fact, I remember when I was a kid.
Will you start with the fucking review already?
It was 2003, and I was really looking forward to own a new console, which my dad was going to buy. But then he asked me, Nintendo 64 or PlayStation? I was always one generation behind because that's the best way to experience games at a reasonable price. And I was poor. We needed to clear our minds since owning 2 consoles would be madness. A couple of days later, my father took me to a place where I could experience what the Nintendo 64 had to offer. And there I was, my first time playing the console with a game I was really looking forward to play. Super Mario 64. A brand new revolutionary 3D adventure, everyone's favorite Mario game at the moment. That night, everything was clear for me. I told my dad, let's get a PlayStation. I'm being honest, I have no regrets. Tons of amazing games that I didn't finish at the time because I sucked at games back then, but it was still fun. The music was good, the graphics were great, I mean look at them! Lara Croft looks half real! Damn boy! And there was Crash, the reason I chose Sawneek, and my whole childhood revolved around this particular marsupial. I played its sequel, Crash Warped, Crash Team Racing and Bash. The first entry was the game I experienced last for some strange economical reason. When I finally got my hands on it,
I cried. I cried so hard until I fell asleep and never played it again.
After years and years of playing the sequels, I dared to play it again and
I cried. I cried as hard as I could until I lost my voice for the rest of that day.
the last time I played it was a couple of years ago. Made myself complete it and then
I didn't cry as much as before. And here I am, playing it again. Will I cry today? Let's find out.
About damn time.
in the south of Australia, there are 3 islands where a mad scientist known as Dr. Neocortex is experimenting with animals to create the ultimate mutant army and conquer the world, with the help of his partner, Dr. Nitrous Brio. He's the creator of the Vwovz, which is a machine that mutates animals and brainwashes them. One of the many subjects is a Bandicoot named Crash, who is rejected from the machine and manages to escape from the lab. Unluckily for Crash, he left his girlfriend Tuana there, who's going to be the next subject to be experimented on.
Alright buddy, say it with me.
I would rather eat a venomous snake that bites every inch of my throat and have a painful death.
I'm not gonna speak to you for the rest of this video if that's okay with you. Everyone at home then. It's another rescue plot.
Let me explain. It's not that this kind of plot can be bad, but it has been overused so many times that it stopped being entertaining at all. If you're going to use this trope, make sure it's interesting and add a good twist. Going back to the game, we can forgive Little Crash for doing this. These times were before video games tried to have a decent story. The plot is just an excuse to run through every level. Besides, we're not here for the plot. We're here for the platforming action! But it still pisses me off sometimes. Mario! Crash survives the fall and ends up on a beach, with a mission on his heart, to rescue her beloved Tuana, who may or may not leave him for a bad guy. Spoilers? Alright, let's just say this right now. The game is gorgeous. Every single stage nails down the feeling of a cartoon. The jungle is filled with trees, rocks, ancient structures and enemies. There's so much details that I won't name because that would take a lot of time, but Naughty Dog impressed everyone with the game's colorful art style and graphics, which still holds up until this day. Moving on to the gameplay, Crash Bandicoot is a platformer. Duh! Think of the Donkey Kong Country series, but move the camera so it focuses on DK's ass. That, my friends, is Crash Bandicoot. It is your typical 2D side-scroller game flipped into the third dimension. It didn't reinvent the wheel for platformers, but it sure did make it a delight and enjoyable. Most of the time. The game is divided into 3 islands, which Crash must traverse to confront Dr. Neocortex. And these islands have a certain amount of levels with a simple objective: survive from point A to point B. To do so, Crash is able to jump, which seems to be a very known ability for video game heroes. Oh wait! And also he's able to spin to defeat enemies, because, let's face it, Crash is not the strongest character around. A single touch by any enemy and you're dead. Oh! Ow! The memories are coming back! 2 Bubsy jokes on a video. What's wrong with me? Every level consists of avoiding or defeating enemies by either jumping on them or spinning. Very basic and very fun to do because, come on, you send them flying into their doom. Yeah! And also you'll notice that fruit is scattered around. That, my children, is Wumpa fruit. Collect 100 and you'll get an extra life. Another recurring element in the game are the wooden crates. There's the simple crate, which has a single fruit inside, the life crate, which contains an extra life token, the surprise crate, which may have tons of fruit or an extra life, the bounce crate, which will help you to reach high places and has a fruit inside, the checkpoint crate that saves your current position on the level, and the Aku Aku crate. This is the one you'll like to find the most.
Legends say that an ancient witch doctor used to protect the islands from evil. Until this very day, the spirit of that human being lives on every single wooden mask you'll come across.
And one day Aku said, "Hey man, you fight evil, I'll help you unshade."
And that's how Aku Aku became friends with Crash. This is 100% canon. The mask will grant you a second chance to live if you hit an enemy. If you collect a second mask, you'll get to survive 2 hits from the enemies before dying. And if you collect your third mask, the fun part begins. Crash turns invisible for a couple of seconds, killing every enemy and destroying all the crates you come across while running even faster. And don't even worry about not knowing when it stops, because the invincibility jingle will help you. Oh, and there's invisible crates that will be activated by iron exclamation crates. Pretty self-explanatory. There are a variety of levels, all of them having a different theme, such as jungles, old temples, giant tribal walls, a river, factories, and castles. There's a lot of details here and there. I mean, you can even see other islands on certain levels. You'll play as you would expect, platforming from beginning to end while jumping or spinning on enemies, with a couple of levels offering a change to prevent being monotone. There are 2 types of levels that would become staples of the series. The chasing levels, where Crash must run the hell away from a giant boulder in the style of Indiana Jones, and the animal abuse levels, and the animal carnage levels, and the animal riding levels, where Crash refuses to walk and decides to take a piggyback ride on a warthog. Both of them are really interesting ideas and are executed very well. Alright, maybe the boulder chase levels can be a little weird since you're running towards the camera, which is zoomed out a little bit to help players to see in front of them. But most of the times you'll see how objects will appear out of nowhere right in front of you. Not fun, Naughty Dog, not fun. And also the boulder seems to be getting closer and closer to you every second, which increases the tension. But I never had a problem with these levels. I actually beat them on my first try. I even got stuck on the fence and nothing happened. Now let's take a look at the music. It's alright. Josh Mansell is the composer of the soundtrack, who did a good job at creating it. Every song fits with the environments all the time. And that's pretty much it. A lot of them are just trying to be ambient music to match Crash's current location, but they are not really memorable. Hopefully there are some exceptions. The main theme, the boulder chase, the animal riding, the bonus stages, bosses, and a few others have a catchy song that will get stuck on your head. Another thing you'll be noticing is that the game will give you a lot of opportunities to get extra lives. That's a good sign. The thing about this game in particular is that it's fucking hard. A recurring theme for this game is precision. This is not an easy adventure and the level design shows. Most of the time it's very good. It first tests you by doing one thing, then you must do something different and suddenly BAM! There's 2 of them together. Just don't rush, please. That's exactly how your life counter will decrease. Patience is another key element in the game. You must take your time to overcome the obstacles to prevent Crash from dying. Everything sounds good so far, right? Wrong! Crash feels a little heavy and maybe slippery. I've never felt safe pressing the jump button while platforming in 3D. One good example is my good old friend, Road to Nowhere. A bridge level with lots of missing wood. The problem here is that it's not easy to see where Crash is going to land, and the fact that the places you can stand for a while are really tiny, and Crash's momentum does not help a lot when you're trying to do some precise platforming, means that you will die more often. That's overall the main problem with Crash Bandicoot. The more precision is needed on a level, the more you'll notice that Crash movements are not perfect. But the abundance of extra lives and Wampa Fruit will help you to at least keep trying. Heck, my life counter was always over 50 lives. Another big issue is saving the game. Are you ready for this?
Ready, set, go!
On every level you'll find 3 Tona tokens that once collected will take you into a bonus round where you can earn extra lives. When you reach the end, Tona will show your progress so far, and then you save by either obtaining a password or using one of those so-called memory cards. Oh, and using the save feature will only save your current location on the map, meaning that you will have to play the same level again to continue if you turn off the console. Great! There are 2 other types of bonus rounds. One is accessible by collecting 3 Dr. Brio tokens, which only purpose is to obtain more lives, but it's really difficult to finish them. And the other one is by collecting 3 Dr. Neo Cortex tokens. There are only 2 Cortex bonus levels, and you will get a key to open a secret level on the map. It's still a difficult bonus! There's another way of saving your progress, which is a little more convoluted. Each level has a certain number of crates. If you manage to break them all and then proceed to finish the level, you'll be awarded with a gem and a chance to save your game. It doesn't sound too difficult. Wrong!
Too bad! Waluigi time!
If you lose a life while collecting the crates, your invisible crate counter will restart, even if you touch the fucking checkpoint. So this means that you have to play a level and break all the crates without dying once.
Oh dear, you were at the end of the level and died?
Too bad! Waluigi time!
Some levels award you with a colored gem. This will open alternate paths that were not accessible on your first playthrough. But all of these paths will contain crates that were not visible before. So this means that you must collect all these colored gems to be able to break all the crates on a level, and therefore collect every gem on the game, while avoiding death. And if you collect them all, they will unlock, spoilers, a secret ending. End of the spoilers. But that means that you must beat all the levels without dying, including secret levels which are not easy to unlock and beat and get the gem. If you're up to the challenge, great, but you will have a better time playing the game without worrying about them. Please do this first. That leaves us the bosses. They are so easy. They are fun and a really good change after all the platforming you have done on the past levels. But Papu Papu is a joke, Ripperoo needs timing, Koala Kong has a decent difficulty, Pinstripe is meh, and Nitrous Brio is the most interesting one. Out of them all, Koala Kong and Brio offers a good example of a boss fight by spicing up the battle after each hit. The rest, not so much. Each one has a pattern that you must avoid, and after a while they'll get invulnerable, ready for you to attack. Repeat 3 times, or maybe 4, or 7, and you'll be ready to go.
Alright, it's time to go back and collect those gems. Where were we? Help me!
After surviving over 30 levels of hard platforming, collected every gem, and beat all the bosses who were very easy and not worth mentioning, but they do look good, we step into the Great Hall for the ultimate challenge.
Oh yeah!
Oh. I did it!
Now it is time for the final showdown with Cortex.
free Twana, and save the world! It is just a boss, just like the others. It's easy. We got something good going on with Qualcomm and Brio and Jet. We got this. Long story short, I'm evil. I'm not gonna shoot you, Crash, because I'm an evil scientist, and did I mention I was gonna shoot you?
I'm so sorry about that.
Cortex might be one of the top 3 easiest bosses of the game. You basically must avoid Cortex's perfect aim plasma things, which will kill you. Duh! But apparently green plasmas are alright, which are the ones you must spin into to send him right into his doom! Are we gonna forget that we just kill a man with... Okay. Stop! If you collected every single gem, then head to the Great Wall, where you can write all the gems that you collected, and are floating because game logics. To reveal you, Twana on a bird. Wait, what? Twana riding a bird, ready to fly with Crash into the sunset. Totally skipping the final boss, which is kinda anticlimactic. But how many games let you skip the final boss? Mario! In the end, the gem hunting can be the final boss because the struggle to get every one of them is harder than fighting all bosses combined. There you go, this ending had a final boss after all. And also, it is a nice addition to put an epilogue for all the characters. Wait, Twana? Exactly how long have you been waiting with that bird of yours? Couldn't you just fly to find Crash and get the hell out of there without me having to do all the hard work of collecting every damn gem? No. You just had to be the damsel in distress and wait, you asshole. That's why Universal ditched you in the sequel. Spoilers.
Crash Bandicoot is an okay but fun game that really shines on its aesthetics and details. The music is not memorable aside from a few tracks, and the levels offer some great and hard challenges that might be a little difficult to accomplish since Crash does not control that well. It's not horrible though. No game is perfect, but I wouldn't recommend Crash Bandicoot 1 to anyone who's not familiar with the series. You better start with the sequels so you keep your sanity intact. It's too late for me. This first entry will be better suited and enjoyed by people who already mastered Crash 2 and 3 and are curious about the origins of this franchise. So we can say that Crash 1 is to Mario 2 as Crash 2 is to Mario 1. Best analogy ever. Just play it if you're curious, but be aware that you're up to a great challenge. Just ask my friend Blackgame.
¡Puta madre, weón!
And by the way, Crash Bandicoot is back after 8 years with no games, celebrating his 20th anniversary as a guest character in Skylanders Imaginators, and most importantly, a remaster from the ground up, aka remake of the original trilogy. Here's hoping that the new studio, which is Vicarious Vision, is able to fix every single problem Crash 1 has to transform it into a better game. Alright, I made it. Can you tell Cthulhu to abort the thing about killing me?
The hell are you talking about?
The reason we are here.
Oh, that. Okay. Let me focus for a second. Done. You shall leave for now on.
He was never going to kill me, wasn't he?
Yeah. I would have done it myself just to make you believe, but it was all alike to make you play this game and suffer.
Alright, I forgive you because in the end I had a great time playing this. So can we go back to our time now?
What?
Good idea, go find someone to help us go back to... Wait.
Hello people from the internet, this is Drake LeBlanc and I'm gonna thank you, yes you, the one watching this. Yeah, you, right there. I'm pointing at you. Thanks for watching this video because it means a lot. So I'm your basic voiceover that tells you that if you like this video, you should click that like button and maybe leave a comment down below. And share it because that would help a lot to this channel. And if you have a different opinion than mine, then you can share it with the internet down below on the comment section below. That's not very good to do because people would get mad that you have different opinions. So anyway, it's up to you if you want to share it. I would be very happy to read it. If you're still here, I can offer you some more videos, for example my Armikrog review and a short review on my video love. You can click over them, and if nothing happens, you can check the description below because there will be links to a lot of things, for example the videos I mentioned before, and links to my Facebook, Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram and SoundCloud accounts that maybe you would like to check out, because I post random things, I don't know, drawings, updates on my videos, opinions about games or media or politics. No, I hate politics, so don't expect anything from that. So yeah, go ahead, take a look, because there may be things you will like, maybe. And also you can click that sexy subscribe button or follow, depending on which platform I upload this video, so you don't miss any of my videos about video games. And yeah, I know it's been almost a year since I uploaded a big review, and I'm really sorry about that. There were a lot of things happening, mostly work, but there were external factors that made it impossible to make big videos. There's some side projects I was working on, but 2016 was a good year because I uploaded a lot of videos, random videos, and I'm really sorry about that, but Dr. Egg was good, I guess. Long story short, I'm really sorry about the lack of big videos, and let's hope I can make more big reviews this year. Oh, and a huge thank you to my friend Vwovz for voicing a ship. She's the best. Go take a look at her Instagram, there's a link down below. She takes some good pictures. And also my friend Blackgame for letting me use his gameplay footage from his Let's Play of Crash Bandicoot. Go check his stuff if you know how to Spanish, it's in the description below. He's funny. You're the best, dude. And yeah, that would be everything. Have a nice day and goodbye.